The ASEAN+3 Macroeconomic Research Office has predicted that South Korea's economy will expand 2.3% this year, led by the recovery of the semiconductor sector.
ASEAN+3 거시경제조사기구 AMRO는 올해 한국 경제가 반도체 경기 회복에 힘입어 2.3% 성장할 것으로 내다봤습니다. Tell us more.
So this is, positive news thanks to semiconductors. This regional report by the AMRO says that this recovery of the semiconductor sector is going to boost exports and lead to overall economic growth. So we'll have 2.3% growth this year. Next year, it's forecast to log a little bit of a lower growth, 2.1%. As for inflation, they're thinking inflation will reach 2.5% this year. That's much better than last year, where it reached 3.6%.
Okay.
And then it will fall in 2025 to 2%. So overall, it looks like inflation is moderating. But we have issues with oil prices and also food prices, apples come to mind, that are slowing the pace of this recovery. But overall, it seems like we're getting back to where we should be. We're on the way, at least.
Absolutely. Another word for semiconductors is chips, right?
Yes, one of my favorite foods and electronic products.
So it looks like the chip industry or the semiconductor sector is playing a big part in getting our economy back on track.
Yes, and so hopefully we'll see continued growth, and hopefully we'll see continued growth in things like tourism and other aspects of the economy.
All right, well, let's have a look at the first expression, and that is to predict.
I knew you were going to say that.
Oh, did you predict that I was going to say this?
I did predict it. If we predict something, we work out that it will happen. We work out what's going to happen. It's less of a guess and more about actually having some kind of proof or evidence or theory that it's going to be this in the future.
그렇죠. 예견하는 것을 predicting이라고 하는데요. 비슷한 표현으로 forecast.
Yes,
있죠.
but we say weather forecast. We don't say weather prediction.
아, 그래요. predict랑 forecast랑 비슷하지만 똑같지는 않네요.
네.
지금 보니까. 자, 그다음에는 led by라는 표현입니다.
If something is led by something, A is led by B, that means that B is pulling it along, is in charge of it, or is leading it in some way. Here, when we're talking about the economy, what's making the economy grow? Well, it's the recovery of the semiconductor industry. That's leading this growth.
자, led by A. 그러면 A 덕분에 A가 이끌어서 이런 의미가 되겠죠. 여기서는 led by the recovery of the semiconductor sector니까 반도체 경기 회복 덕분에 이렇게 해석을 할 수도 있겠습니다. 다시 한번 헤드라인 읽어볼게요. The ASEAN+3 Macroeconomic Research Office has predicted that South Korea's economy will expand 2.3% this year, led by the recovery of the semiconductor sector. Let's move on to the next headline.